I just think that we will definitely, we're live. So good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good morning, Jean Dunford.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I am Jennifer Smith, the district's PRM's, the district's PRM. And we are live with Wake Up with Toastmasters. So, Jean, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. It's nice to be on Wake Up.
Yes, it is. And if you want to be a guest, you can also wake up with us. We're here 5 days a week. And usually I am on Wednesdays, and then Jean are on Mondays, and one of the Jeans, and Anita Della Croce is on Fridays, and we have Ken and Phyllis on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just want to bring that up. So during our conversation today, if you would like to show up as a guest on our show, talk about your Toastmasters journey, that would be great. It is our incentive. We're running our incentive of Talk Up Toastmasters, Toastmasters International in our district. It's basically a membership drive as we are paying our membership dues. We pay them kind of funky. I don't know why, but live and learn. But we don't pay them through our actual calendar year. We pay it a couple of months. Is that right?
Yeah,
Before the end of our year.
yeah. I think it's first of April they're due, and then it's first of September.
Yeah, so it doesn't run with our calendar year. I don't know why they do it. I've only been a Toastmaster for 2 years. I just pay my dues and say, all right. So just wanted to let you guys know that we are actually having a membership drive. And as the district's PRM, I hopefully can flow through our actual public relations, VPPR, public relations Vice President of Public Relations, members or officer, to be able to talk a little bit about why it's important to promote your clubs, promote your members, and talk about Toastmasters as you want your club to grow. And sometimes you don't want to hear the same person speak over and over again, and it's hard to have an effective club when there's only 8 of you and you're all doing the same uh, positions or roles every month. So we have designed a talk up. Sorry, my brain is not on all cylinders. The time change is still affecting me, but the we've designed a program or an incentive to be able to help you, because you're not out there by yourself trying to say, well, how else do I talk it up? Because I'm doing all of this and they're not doing this, and to help all of you guys. So this is going off of memory. I'm not going to do a PowerPoint, even though I think I have one on this. But talking up Toastmasters, this is for our members, but for you viewers who are just passing by going, oh, what are these guys talking about? Who are in their matching blues or matching blues, right?
I didn't get that memo.
You did get the memo because your background's blue and your shirt's blue. So, hey, we're in good shape here. But if you're passing through going, what are these guys talking about? We are talking to our members today regarding the Talk Up with Toastmasters or Talk Up Toastmasters incentive drive to get members. We only have 15 days left. Hopefully your clubs are growing, but you have a way to promote and design to be able to get those guests, at least get the guest in the door. So Mike, what are you saying?
I was going to say that they should send somebody to Wake Up with Toastmasters and come on here and talk about their club and talk up their club right here.
And that's a number one thing, because I know Jean and I talked about last week about Toastmasters are introverts, right?
Yeah.
Naturally, because, oh, I want to come on or I want to join because I want to be a better speaker, right? I want to be a better public speaker. And that right there tells you that you may be an introvert where you want to have that conversation with somebody. So I get it. I get it that we're shy. Probably 90% of us are shy and probably don't want to go up and approach somebody to say, hey, will you come visit my Toastmasters club? I get it. So wake up with Toastmasters. What a great way to do it, right? Because
Right.
we're interviewing you. You don't have to say anything. And all you have to do is then share the video. You have done nothing.
Yep.
All you have done is talked about your Toastmasters
Yep.
experience. One thing, even though we are introverts, I'm not an introvert, but for the 90% of people who are introverts, we will Toastmasters does love a member, a Toastmasters member does love to talk about being a Toastmaster and how much they've grown and when they first walked through the door and how friendly everybody was and how you felt like you're home at a club and ready to join and felt safe to be able to have a speech or to present a speech, and how you knew that they weren't going to rake you over the coals saying, oh, you were horrible. And it boosts up your confidence. Right here, a Toastmaster can come on our show and talk about that. And you don't have to do the work. That's that simple, because Jean and I, or Ken and I, or Jean and Jean are doing the work for you. All you're doing is being yourself and talking about Toastmasters.
And we won't really grill you about it. It'll be a really nice, friendly discussion, just like we're having here.
Yeah, yeah. And and the work is done that all you have to do is then click and share. And even you could say, oh, look, I was on Facebook today. And people would be like, what? You were on Facebook Live? Because they wouldn't believe that you would have the courage to do something like that, right? Or your friends, your family. Oh, there is something in Toastmasters. Look at how much confidence Johnny has gotten from Toastmasters. Wow. It's an advertisement in itself, because
It's,
your family, your friends know how shy and quiet you were, or reserved, but you to come on and have a conversation, a friendly conversation about your journey with Toastmasters, and then the whole world now knows. And how better than one way, that's just one way to show your growth and your confidence and your courage, right?
if you want to reach people,
Yeah,
do Facebook Live with us here, then share it with your friends and ask them to share it with their friends.
that's important. Yes.
And we will reach thousands of people. I mean, we've had thousands of views because people have shared this and shared it with their friends, and their friends have shared it. So reaching out, if you're a club and you want to reach 1,000 people, if you get the members of your club to even share it. Say you have 10 members in your club and each member shares it on their Facebook page. That's 100 people.
I think that's 10,000 people.
Is it 10,000?
I would say you would have, you know, maybe 1,000 friends on your Facebook feed, so 500 to 1,000.
All right. So if everybody in your club, and you have 10 members, everybody in your club shares it, then everybody that you shared it with shared it. Can you imagine the number of that? I'm not a mathematician, so I don't know. That goes out pretty far.
We need Carol.
But if only a third of the people that you reach comes to the meeting because they're in the area, then that's a lot of people visiting your club.
Yeah. And, we would say when we're doing invitations for people to come out to visit that maybe 10% will show up. So that's 10 people that will show up or could show up. It's a possibility. But all you have to do is present and come on the show and talk about it and then share. That's huge. Another thing is, share your meetings too, right?
Oh yeah, put your meeting on. Do a Facebook Live with your meeting, and don't be afraid. I talked to one club. Oh, we'll make mistakes, and we don't want to do that. Well, shoot, yeah, go ahead. Come on Facebook Live. Do a meeting. If you make a mistake, it's life. I mean, everybody makes a mistake once in a while. Unless you set your room on fire, it'll be great.
Well, one of the things about that is that you are in a club, Toastmasters Club, and Toastmasters is a way where if you make a mistake, then you learn from it, right?
Right.
It's the growth
Exactly.
opportunity. It is, we're not all perfect, as Jean said,
Yep.
and it is definitely a growth opportunity. So for those of you who are watching and you are worried about being on live on Facebook Live as a hindrance of making a mistake, then you just need to own up to it and say, oh, we're not perfect. And what a better place to make a mistake. You learn from it, and then you can take it to your business, to your career,
Yep.
to your job, to your volunteer, to your committees. And oh, well, I made this mistake, and this is what I learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
And we will not make that in real life, right?
Right. In the early days of Wake Up with Toastmasters, I had a hard time putting it on the right Facebook page. I was
Uh,
always putting it on the wrong page. I still
guess
do
what?
sometimes.
Guess what? You still do. Somebody still does.
Yeah.
Jean Williams. I was going to tell her about it again. She and this is a mistake. We're going to talk about it on live. But if you put it on your personal page, not everybody. When I share it, not everybody gets to see it because guess what? You guys have blocked people from viewing the public from viewing it. So it's almost like you didn't do a show.
Yep.
So that's what happens. Stay
Yep.
on the district stage. Let's see what else. Let's talk about Toastmasters. Talking up Toastmasters. The next thing is spotlight your members, right? So Toastmasters in the Kitchen, yay,
Yep.
has done that with Larry Johnson. This week was Larry Johnson. They're spotlighting him, what he likes to do, how long he's been in Toastmasters, kind of like what we do here, which is great. Put a picture up, talk it. What's even better for me and what I've learned through social media is that if you go live and promote your member, spotlight your member, even better.
Yep.
So, spotlight your member. Number 3 about talking up with Toastmasters. Toastmasters has these amazing newspaper or magazine articles. And guess what you can do with them? You can actually take the URL, put it on your Facebook page, talk about why that article was important to you, make a comment on why that article was important, how it is. And if you go back into the Toastmasters magazine section, you can go back as far as, I don't know, what, 2000, and even some are archived. So if you find something that's about 20 years old and it's still relatable today, look how Toastmasters is still, not that we're still talking about it, but it's the same as yesterday as it is today. Maybe how people, the pandemic has made us into these little squares, but maybe something else has happened in the past that also made us come together as one with a growth opportunity, such as how we've done on Zoom. But use the Toastmasters magazines; those are amazing. Leadership quotes. I've also put on there that maybe once a week, quote somebody on leadership. Just post it because that's what we do, right? Where leaders are made is our tagline. So talk about communication, talk about leadership, talk about them both. Put it on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter at the same time. Another thing that we would how we would talk at Toastmasters, or another way, for lack of a better word, I know thing stuff that is not or proper words for us to use. We would always have to give it a subject and noun. I hear you typing, Jean. What are you?
I'm putting comments on our show as we're live here.
Oh, Oh, are you reciting what we're talking about?
A little bit.
Good, good. Well, at least in the comments, then people are like, "Oh, well, what are they really talking about?" And maybe they'll pop on. So it's nice to put comments in, and because it does boost up the algorithm a little bit when you comment. That's why I want you to comment on the show, on what we talk about, and then of course share, and then other people comment. So the other opportunity to be able to talk up with Toastmasters is, what was my next one? The magazine. Oh, go out. Go out into the area that you're meeting face to face. Get from behind the social media, the emails, and meet people. Go out and meet people face to face. Take your brochures, take your pins that you have, take your Toastmasters t-shirts, polo shirts that you have, hats, and canvas the businesses around your area and talk to them about Toastmasters. We are a club in your area. We meet on Fridays at 7:30 with Valley Voices and Vices. And what we do is we give people self-confidence to speak. You are in the business of sales. In our area, we have a lot of car dealerships. So we would say you're in the business of sales. How would you like to have your employees have that growth opportunity of being a better speaker, a better presenter, so that sales will increase? So,
Yep. I think reaching out to the community, I was in a club and I suggested we all go. It was near the medical district, and there's all
mhm,
kinds of little medical offices along the way. I said if each one of us went and contacted 5 of those offices, dropped off a flyer about our club, we would get members from there.
yeah,
But everybody was afraid to go door to door knocking on doors. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, you
And
guys have to step out there.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Lori and I did that a couple of times, when we were live, because after our meeting, we would just spend another hour doing that. She would be off. I would just mark my calendar that I'm out, and we would just go live to live and talk about Toastmasters and go to the HRs, go to the sales managers, and just have that opportunity to have a conversation with people. And it's kind of fun when you go up to a dealership, and then I have my Jeep and I have these running boards that are electric, and people remember because it's a talking point to car men, right? Oh, look at those running boards, and then we can have a conversation. It's kind of cool.
I have those
So
on my truck.
yeah, those are nice. It's nice. It's kind of fun. But yeah, that we have done it and it has been effective. People remember, it's not like you're going to get the whole slew, but one person, one person can change one person's life by just going and being consistent
And
about it.
it may not even be the person you talk to, it's the person they talk to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it is definitely something. And then my last point is to go out to your friends and your family. You know what? They know that you're a Toastmaster, but did you invite them to a club meeting? Did you, besides just talking about it, invite them? Hey, how would you like to attend? I would love for you to attend. You know, why don't you come to our club? And of course, it's contest season. So, what another better way to go? Why
Lots of
don't you
fun.
come into our club contest or our area contest and see what they have to talk about? I will tell you what, Gene. Going to the past two, uh, what do I want to say? Contest,
Mm-hmm.
right? Area contest. I am amazed at the quality of speakers that we have.
Yeah.
I think that being in our little box the past year or 2 years and not being live and in person doing our contest has definitely amped up the quality, boosted up the quality. I think people are having a great time performing in front of in-person live
Yeah.
audience, and they are doing an amazing, amazing
Yep.
job. And kudos to everybody who has had the courage to get up there and speak in front of people and live and tell your story. Because sometimes it's a personal story for our international, and it's great. And for those evaluators, I will tell you, Monica from Toastmasters in the Kitchen did her her evaluation. Did you see that, Jean?
No, I didn't, but I know Monica Valerio, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we were in Z Toasters together. She's a
Yeah,
great lady.
she did her evaluation contest, and she commanded and demanded that stage. She had control of it, and it was more of an acting, presentation. She did a great, great job. And so she's in our Toastmasters in the Kitchen, and we're like, okay, there are no more mediocre evaluations. We will be talking about with our bodies, with our facial expressions and pointing and being energetic. And I've seen her before when she evaluates and how she does put the passion in it. But this time for performance, for a contest, she did an amazing job. And, there are other contestants too that actually did a great job where, oh, points that you didn't think about. But anyway, that's a different
Before
program. Yeah.
before we get too far away from area contests, I'm going up to St. George. They have a contest coming up on Saturday,
Yes.
and we
Yes.
have an area in St. George with 4 clubs that's
Yes.
brand new to District 115. It just came into us. So we're going to carpool up there in the van and take like 6 or 8 people from here and go up to St. George to support our new members up there.
Yes. Yes. And as I realize that, I will probably end up cleaning up our area, the office after I may have to drive up by myself. So, but that's going to be fun. So maybe we could do a wake up with Toastmasters there because all of us will be
Yeah,
there.
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
There's always so much going on when we're at an area contest. So it's hard to grab somebody and do a live because that's what I envisioned was to go, oh, let's go live real quick. But it's, you're counting votes, you're taking pictures, you're talking to people. So it's a lot that's going on. But maybe we can if we're all on there, maybe we can take that opportunity to also do just a live. We can't do the actual contest because we have people who are contestants, and you don't want to show any of their speeches live because you don't want other people to know what their competitions are. But
Plus,
um,
plus it
but
would
yeah,
affect. Plus, it would affect the judges at the next level of contest. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I heard them at the area. They were great. Well, they
yeah,
weren't that good today, but I know they were great, so they vote for them.
yeah, yep,
Yep.
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 So, but anyway, I think that is it. I hope that helped some of our VPPRs and our VPEs and presidents regarding talking up with the
Yeah.
Toastmasters, getting the guest in. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to say. It's more of getting guests to your clubs, and then once the guest is there, people will make a decision whether to sign up or not. So that's
Right.
not
Yep.
the thing of getting members, it's getting guests.
Yes. Yeah.
And what I did for Valley Voices and Vices is I have an incentive for at least getting guests to the club meetings. So for those of you who are there, you know what? We have an amazing, amazing catalog of paraphernalia, Toastmasters items, and that is a way to you get those TI bucks. What are you using your TI bucks on? Use them on getting paraphernalias, which aren't that much. So we did a scale of if you bring this many guests between these months, then you will get this. There's T-shirts, there's hats, there's selfie sticks, there's selfie lights, camera lights.
I
Oh,
love the license plate brackets. I love those.
oh yeah. When at the raffle the other day, I
Yeah.
was putting money in for the raffles. I'm like, or for the license plate holders. I'm like, that would be great. But just little small items, give back to your members of the club who are promoting, who are bringing guests. And that's how we felt about it. So, or I felt and I presented, and then the rest of the members are like, that's a great idea. So make an incentive of your club members to bring guests. And then as the guest turns into members, they were even incentivized to do that. So we would give out a little gift for that as well. So just a few little tidbits on Talking Up Toastmasters, getting guests to your clubs. The conversion is on its own because, Toastmasters basically, once you're in the club, it speaks for itself and how beneficial it is to an individual.
Yeah, I saw, we had a meeting and a guy came in who had Tourette's. And he came in and he had all the tics and everything. And every time he spoke, he just was like, with Tourette's. You've seen people with Tourette's. And over the course of 6 months, he relaxed. He became more comfortable speaking. He had less tics, less problems speaking. And he improved in 6 months.
Yeah.
Just 6 months. So give us 6 months. If you have a speech impediment or you have something you're going ahs and ums or you're even stuttering, work on it with us. We will be happy to have you come and practice and improve and be empowered to speak. That's what we offer.
Yeah, that's it. And have that confidence. I was going to say something about that. Oh, it's cheaper. We're less expensive, not just cheaper. We're less expensive than a community college course. Any of the leadership from popular organizations courses. And you join, you get what you want out of it. You may leave, you may not. So what's the quote from Helen? If you're looking to leave once you learn everything, you're never going to leave, because there's always something to learn. Not that Toastmasters you don't learn anything, there's always something new to learn. And that's what I have to say today.
Great show. Thank you very much. And if you like our show, please comment and share on Facebook.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Right. So make sure that you let us know as well, and give us a thumbs up if you found this was beneficial. I may send this off to all the VPPRs just as a reminder that we are getting close to the end of our Talk Up with Toastmasters incentive, and then we'll be beating the clock, and it'll be the same concept, right? Just get people through the door to at least invite them as a guest. So,
and also I put the email for the show. If you want to come on the show, I put the email in our chat. So send us an email, say you want to come on.
Perfect. That's all you have to do. Anyway, I think that our time is up. I'm trying to find my clock.
Yep, it's 6:30.
Holy moly.
We'll be getting paid overtime when we stay on longer.
I know. Jeez Louise. Time flies when you're having fun. You guys, it is Wednesday. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Yay.
Hold on.